I just think that more people need to know about this because I didn't know that this right here could literally help give you a healthy, a longer, more enjoyable life. Hey guys, it's Sandy. So I want to talk to you today about olive oil, the amazing benefits that olive oil has for you. So I've used it for years. I cook with it and I make salad dressing out of it, a balsamic vinaigrette. But what I didn't realize is all of the health benefits that comes along with olive oil. You should literally have olive oil in your diet every single day in some way. So what I have been doing is just doing some research on it because I saw Dr. Mandell on YouTube and he had a physician on there. He's a cardiologist, and he said that if you just take a half a tablespoon of olive oil per day, it will drop your risk of stroke by 50%. And that just was like an aha moment for me. I was like, holy cow, that is huge in the health world. So I listened to a lot of Dr. Mandell's videos. He was talking about olive oil, and I did some research, and there are studies everywhere about the benefits of olive oil. It's anti-cancer. It helps with cardiovascular. It helps lower your sugar levels for diabetes. It helps with arthritis. There were so many things because when they've studied the Mediterranean diet for people that live near the Mediterranean Sea, well, they're finding out that these people do not have cardiovascular disease. They do not have dementia and Alzheimer's. They do not suffer with arthritis. They don't suffer with the things that so many people in America and around the world suffer with. So what is a big portion of their diet? It's olive oil. Olive oil has so many polyphenols in it. It has something called oleocanthal in it. And oleocanthal is a natural anti-inflammatory for the body. So it's like nature's ibuprofen. But what that anti-inflammatory is doing in the body is it is lowering cardiovascular disease risk. It's lowering risk of stroke. It's lowering risk of cancer. And it also, because of the anti-inflammatory, it helps people not get dementia and not get Alzheimer's. So there's something huge to this, and that's why I wanted to share it. There's a way to actually take it, and it's very important to take the right kind of olive oil. So you need to know what to buy whenever you go to the store. Okay, so what is extra virgin olive oil? It has to absolutely be extra virgin olive oil. You cannot just go to the store and buy olive oil. So it needs to be cold pressed. In America, when you're going to the grocery store, there's not a lot of options. If it is not in a dark bottle, do not buy it because it's not good olive oil. So it needs to make sure that it says extra virgin, cold pressed, and it should also have a pressed date and an expiration date. The expiration date is not really that important. It's the pressed date, when it was made. That's what's most important, because sometimes these olive oils can sit on the shelf for years and it'll have an expiration date that's far out, but it means by the time it gets there, it's a really old olive oil, and that's not what you want. You're not going to get all of those polyphenols and oleocanthals in older olive oil, and you're not going to get it in good, or you're not going to get it in olive oil that is not good also. So you're going to see all these different olive oils on the shelf when you go to the store, and you'll see ones you probably recognize, like Bertolli and those kind of olive oils. That's not going to give you what you need. As far as health, now, can you cook with it? Yeah, all it is a plain old oil. It's not going to really do anything for you, but it is an oil. The oils you absolutely need to stay away from that causes so much inflammation in your body are seed oils. So stuff like canola oil and corn oil and sunflower oil. All those oils that are cheap, basically, they are just bringing so much inflammation in the body. And inflammation is what causes disease in the body. So these are good olive oils right here. They have done so many tests, and I'm going to show you a few others that you can get on Amazon. They're from Greece and different areas of the world. Easy to order off of Amazon. When you order them in larger quantities, they're actually cheaper. And that's the thing. You think olive oil is expensive. Well, some of it is, but you don't need that much a day. And because of the major health benefits, I would rather spend a little more now and stay out of the hospital than to worry about my health later and be spending big bills because I'm sick. You can take something like this and decrease your risk of so many diseases. Most disease starts in the gut. And I think if you eat bad food that can cause sickness, what if you eat good food and it actually helps with health? Like it's the opposite effect of bad food will cause disease and sickness, and good stuff like olive oil and honey, real honey, raw honey, and good salt, and so many things that God put into nature already because He knew these things are good for our bodies. Olive oil is basically just olives and the juice is squeezed out. But it's really important when that's done, when the olives are picked. And that's why you're going to pay more for the really good olives and when they're picked and when they're processed, but it's worth it. So this one, California Olive Ranch, they've done studies and shown that in America is what that's the only thing I can go on. I don't have, I haven't been to grocery stores in other parts of the world. If you live in the Mediterranean, you have tons of olive oil options. We don't, not good ones. But California Olive Ranch, they have done all the testing on it, and it ranks very high in polyphenols. Now, how do you know if you're getting the good one? The good one with the oleocanthal in it or the polyphenols. It needs to have a tickle or a burn in the back of your throat whenever you taste it. So if you're putting it on your salads, you're putting it on top of your roasted vegetables or any vegetables you're eating for dinner, you can cook with it. Now, when you cook with it, it does take the polyphenol level down some. But if you start with a really good one that's high in polyphenols, it's not going to take so much out of it. But you can stick it on your vegetables. You can put it in your soup. You really don't even taste it. But you want to have like a little tickle or burn in the back of your throat when you do taste it raw. So raw meaning if you put this on a spoon and you just drink it, you're going to have a little bit of a burn in the back of your throat. It's not a burn that's going to burn all the way down. It's not a burn like a jalapeno. It's just a little bit of a burn. That means you've got a really good olive oil if you feel that. It's got all of that nature's anti-inflammatory in it whenever you feel that. So how do you actually take this? How can you use it? I already said you can use it on top of your salad in salad dressing, or you could put it on top of your roasted vegetables. You could put it on a plate and dip bread into it. There's a lot of ways to get it into your food. This was the other one that I told you about that I buy on Amazon. It's the Terra Creta. You can look up their website. They have a site. And then this is one that I buy at Aldi. I just use the bottle. Now I take this and I pour it into this bottle. So I have a small bottle. You can see how they're all dark containers. Dark. Light cannot get to the olive oil. You don't want that. So let me show you another way that you could take this. So in the morning on an empty stomach is a great way to use olive oil in this way. You just take your olive oil and put 1 to 2 tablespoons in a glass of water. Now, if you know that you're going to have olive oil later in the day on your salad or whatever, you can just use 1 tablespoon, whatever you prefer to use. And then something else that I do is take an ice cube. Now, this is a lemon juice ice cube because I've showed you before that I like to just take the lemon juice, squeeze them all into a tray of ice, an ice cube tray, put it in the freezer, and then I can just grab out and have lemon juice anytime in my water. I love doing this. So you could just drink it like this, or you could put lemon juice in there. Salt also helps cut the taste some. Here I have my Soleil water, which is a natural electrolyte water made of salt. I'll link that video below also. It just kind of helps cut the taste. And then all you do, and these things are all so good for your digestion. They help clean your liver out. Some people put cayenne pepper in there, but it helps clean out the liver and just is so good for digestion. If you have any problem going to the bathroom, this will clean you right out. Just stir it up. I take a straw and then I just drink it down. And then there will be some oil residue left in the glass, but Dawn dish soap just washes that right out of the way. Some people also just put it on a spoon or in a shot glass and just drink it down that way. Whatever you can do. The more robust the flavor, the more punch it's going to have in your throat. But it also means there's more polyphenols and the good phenols that are all in olive oil for you. So you pick what you can do. Usually it takes a little time to work up to that robust flavor, but it does have more health benefits if you're looking at it for the health benefits. Okay. So if you want to take your daily dose that way, super easy, it goes down easy. The water kind of takes the bite away. Now, I shared, and I'll put in the link about the doctor that was on Dr. Mandell, and he's the one that was talking about if you take even 1/2 of a tablespoon a day, then you're going to decrease your risk of stroke by 50%. I'll link that in the description. And then I also want to link the Moss report. So there's a doctor that was talking about how it helps with anti-cancer, and this was absolutely huge. The study studied over 1 million people, so it was not a small study at all. 1 million people were studied and over a length of time, and they studied the effects of olive oil on these people. So some of the people in the study ate a Mediterranean diet and with nuts. Some of them ate a Mediterranean diet with olive oil, and some of them ate just a standard American diet. And they wanted to see what the effects were. Well, what they found was pretty astounding. They followed these people over years and which ones were getting cardiovascular disease, which people were getting cancers. What they have found is that if you have at least 1 tablespoon of olive oil per day, so you put it on top of your salad, you make it in a salad dressing, you put it over your vegetables before dinner, whatever it is, 1 tablespoon will risk or decrease your risk of death by 9%. This is the part that's amazing. If you have 2 or more tablespoons, and the recommendation is between 1 to 2 tablespoons a day. You can take 1 to 4 tablespoons, up to 4 tablespoons a day. You have to remember it does have fat in it. It's a healthy fat. It's good for your brain, obviously, because it helps people not get dementia and Alzheimer's, but it's still a fat. So you don't want over 4 tablespoons a day. But 1 to 2 tablespoons is a recommended amount. At 2 or more tablespoons a day, it dropped their risk of cardiovascular and cancer death by between 30 to 51%. Literally, the people that were in the study taking olive oil daily had dropped their risk of cardiovascular disease and cancer by 30 to 51%. So those are huge numbers, all by just putting olive oil in your diet. And that's why I wanted to share this, because there's so many studies out there that show this over and over and over, the incredible health benefits of extra virgin olive oil, that I just think that more people need to know about this, because I didn't know. And if I'm not sharing it with other people and I'm not reading the reports, then how will you know also that this right here could literally help give you a healthy, a longer, more enjoyable life? You know, I am trying to hope that there's been some Alzheimer's in our family and some of my aunts. I don't want that. And so if I could do something like this in my diet, then why wouldn't I? And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you just add something that's going to bring so much health to your diet? You know, Hippocrates says, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food, because that's important. Now, are meds important? Absolutely. They save lives. And I understand that. But if we didn't have to be on all our medicines and we could do something more natural, then wouldn't that be the route that you want to take? So I know I have a little bit of arthritis in my thumbs. I wonder if it's from texting so much, but if this olive oil could help with that also, you know, it just helps make your joints more fluid and puts that anti-inflammatory in there. And I know that they have been, even for the skin, that some doctors are finally getting on board and realizing what food can do for people also, and sending some of their cancer patients and radiation patients in to get good olive oil and taking that, because it's helping repair the skin also. So if it's helping make your joints more fluid, think what it's doing for your skin. Also, just kind of healing your skin from the inside out. It's good on the skin too. I know that in Spain, one of my friends brought back a lotion and it had olive oil in it. So it's very good for the skin too. I'm telling you, people that live near the Mediterranean know that olive oil is great. So here, us in America, we need to get on board also so we can live a more healthy life too. Okay, I will link everything in the description as far as all the different studies, the links, the videos that I talked about, and hopefully you will get on board and start this also. Okay, you guys, that's all I have for now. Until next time, I'm out.